Hello, I am Hayes Fierro, editor of Information Warfare magazine, where our mission is to uncover, analyze, and share the truths behind today's most pressing geopolitical and information-driven challenges. Today, I want to discuss an article that delves into a topic of immense importance: the evolving dynamics of U.S. foreign policy under Donald Trump and the concerning implications of his geopolitical ambitions. In this piece, titled Trump's Geopolitical Gambit, a Strategic Misstep. Empowering Russia, we examine how Trump's foreign policy, often marked by bold rhetoric and unconventional proposals, risks weakening U.S. security, alienating allies, and aligning with Russia's global agenda. While his actions may appear on the surface to champion American interests with a tough guy bravado, the deeper implications suggest otherwise. This article highlights key strategic regions, Greenland, Panama, and Canada, and explores how Trump's proposed actions in these areas could destabilize long-standing alliances, weaken NATO's unified defense posture, and empower adversaries like Russia. Each of these regions holds significant geopolitical importance, from Greenland's resource-rich Arctic landscape and military installations to Panama's globally vital canal, and Canada's sovereignty over critical Arctic routes. As we explore these scenarios, it's crucial to consider not just the immediate impact of these policies, but also the long-term consequences for U.S. leadership and global stability. At Information Warfare magazine, we aim to equip you with the knowledge to navigate these complex issues. Let's dive into this compelling analysis of Trump's foreign policy moves and their broader implications for the United States and the global order. Title: Trump's Geopolitical Gambit, a Strategic Misstep Empowering Russia. Analysis: examining how Donald Trump's foreign policy ambitions risk weakening United States security, alienating allies, and strengthening Russia's global agenda. Objective: to raise awareness of the broader geopolitical implications of Trump's foreign policy proposals, highlighting how they risk undermining U.S. security, alienating key allies, and aligning with Russia's strategic objectives. This analysis emphasizes the significance of critical regions like Greenland, Panama, and Canada, and examines how these policies could reshape global alliances and threaten America's leadership on the world stage. Trump's Geopolitical Gambit, a Strategic Misstep Empowering Russia. Donald Trump's approach to foreign policy often mirrors his casual rhetoric, a cavalier wish list of geopolitical ambitions. From acquiring Greenland to revising United States relations with Panama and Canada, Trump's proposals are emblematic of a leader prioritizing short-term leverage over long-term stability. Above the surface, Trump presents himself as a champion for American interests, exuding a gangster bravado. But beneath the surface, these moves align alarmingly well with Russia's global objectives, undermining United States alliances, weakening NATO, and risking America's global leadership. Number 1. Greenland, a critical Arctic foothold. Strategic importance of Greenland. Greenland, the largest island on Earth, is a geopolitical treasure trove. Rich in natural resources like oil, gas, and rare earth minerals, it is also home to Thule Air Base, a critical United States military installation in the Arctic. This base is vital for monitoring Russian activities and protecting NATO's northern flank. Trump's proposals. Trump's suggestion to purchase Greenland raised alarms among allies, particularly Denmark, which retains sovereignty over the island. This proposal disrupts diplomatic relations with a NATO ally and risks undermining the cohesion of the alliance. Implications: weakens NATO's unified defense strategy against Russian aggression, strains United States, Danish relations, creating openings for Russia to exploit, sets a dangerous precedent by challenging Allied sovereignty. Number 2. Panama, control over a strategic global route. The significance of the Panama Canal. The Panama Canal is a global choke point for trade and military logistics, connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. Current United States sanctions limit Russian access to the canal, effectively curbing Moscow's geopolitical reach. Trump's approach. By suggesting the removal of sanctions on Russian vessels, Trump opens the door for increased Russian influence in this key region. Such a move undermines United States leverage while aligning with Kremlin interests. Implications: erodes a critical countermeasure designed to contain Russian expansion, undermines American dominance over vital international infrastructure, strengthens Russia's global trade capabilities, reducing United States influence. Number 3. Canada, undermining a key ally. The strategic role of Canada, Canada is a cornerstone of Arctic security and a significant NATO ally. Its sovereignty over Arctic oil, gas reserves, and critical maritime routes is essential for Western control in the region. Trump's challenges to Canadian sovereignty. Trump's rhetoric questioning Canada's territorial claims risks damaging United States-Canada relations and encouraging Russian opportunism in disputed Arctic zones. Implications. This weakens North American unity in the Arctic, leaves critical resources vulnerable to Russian exploitation, strains trust between two of NATO's most important members. Number 4. Undermining NATO, a dangerous trend. NATO's role in global security. As the primary alliance countering Russian aggression in Europe, NATO relies on strong United States leadership. The alliance's collective defense strategy is central to Western stability. Trump's disregard for NATO. Trump has consistently criticized NATO, treating allies as adversaries and undermining the trust necessary for collective defense. This approach creates divisions that Russia can exploit to expand its influence. Implications. Weakens NATO's ability to deter Russian aggression, undermines decades of U.S. leadership in global security, reduces America's credibility and standing among allies. Number 5. Broader implications for United States leadership. Impact on global standing. Trump's foreign policy risks alienating allies, dismantling established alliances, and empowering adversaries. These actions erode the United States' reputation as a reliable partner and diminish its influence in international affairs. Economic and security risks. Threatens critical trade routes and resource access in the Arctic and Panama. Creates vulnerabilities by dismantling collective defense mechanisms. Moscow's gains. Russia emerges as the primary beneficiary of these policies, with expanded influence in Europe, the Arctic, and global trade. Number 6. The core question, why? Motivations behind Trump's policies. Trump's actions raise questions about whether his foreign policy reflects strategic incompetence or alignment with Russian interests. Public perception increasingly aligns with the latter, as these moves contradict the America First rhetoric and advance Russian goals. Consequences. Threatens the security of the Western alliance. Emboldens authoritarian regimes like Russia. Undermines democratic values on a global scale. Number 7. Conclusion. A call for strategic leadership. Trump's geopolitical proposals represent a dangerous departure from the principles of informed, strategic leadership. By undermining United States alliances, weakening NATO, and aligning with Russian objectives, these policies pose significant risks to both American security and global stability. The need for strong, principled leadership has never been more urgent. To counter these threats, the United States must prioritize alliances, uphold democratic values, and ensure that foreign policy serves the nation's long-term interests, rather than the whims of authoritarian regimes. References used on this article. 1. NATO's role in Arctic defense, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, reports on regional security. 2. United States-Panama Canal relations, State Department archives on trade and security. 3. Canada's Arctic claims, Canadian Department of Natural Resources publications on sovereignty and resources. 4. Greenland's strategic value, International Arctic Research Institute. 5. Analysis of U.S. sanctions on Russia, Center for Strategic and International Studies, CSIS. For more information on the complexities of today's geopolitical landscape, visit information-warfare.com. Stay informed, stay vigilant.